Just because she heard online that military wives have huge medical insurance benefits, she immediately reached out to her childhood friend who was in the Marine Corps.
That you might marry me.
Okay?
Ella explained that she had type 1 diabetes and needed lifelong insulin injections. In just 6 months, she had already drained her savings, so to survive, she had no choice but to resort to this desperate measure. She took out her phone, leaned forward, and opened a screenshot of military officer benefit policies she had saved earlier. If we get married, not only can I get the life-saving insulin for free, but you can also receive substantial family and housing allowances. This was clearly a win-win situation. Sorry, no. I think my girlfriend would understand what I mean. Ella's marriage proposal ended in failure. Nick, who was eavesdropping nearby, had other ideas. Also a Marine Corps member, he had been a drug addict 8 months ago. This morning, he was still being chased by creditors who threatened to harm his family if he didn't pay back the $15,000 he owed. Although Nick was trying to turn his life around, he couldn't repay the debt in the short term. He went to his family's repair shop to borrow money from his brother, but because of his past, his brother refused to help him this time. Equally desperate, Nick went home and overheard the conversation between Ella and her roommate. A bold plan formed in his mind, so Nick took out the only $500 he had to appease the creditors and laid out his fake marriage plan. After the creditors agreed to installment payments, Nick quickly met with Ella. They hit it off immediately and prepared for the next step. Since this was equivalent to fraud, they would both face serious consequences if discovered. To handle official inspections, Nick said that after he returned to the base next week, they must stay in contact, and their conversations had to be romantic enough. Most importantly, they had to keep the secret and act more like a married couple than real married couples. The next day, they went to the marriage registration office. Although it was a fake marriage with ulterior motives, it was their first time, and both felt nervous. Their mutual friend was already waiting there as a witness. They were so focused on how to get through the process that they forgot rings were needed for the vows. At that moment, he took out a ring from his pocket. He had planned to propose to his girlfriend when he returned from deployment, but now he let them borrow some good luck. Soon, it was their turn to recite their vows. The comrades all came to congratulate them on their marriage, but beneath the cheerful atmosphere was a thick sense of reluctance. Tomorrow was deployment day, and perhaps some of them would never return. A comrade raised his glass with good intentions, boasting about how this deployment would crush the enemy country. Ella scoffed at this and almost laughed out loud.
You got a problem with that? Yeah, you.
It's just Arab is an ethnicity, and you're making it sound like you're hunting down everyone of a certain ethnicity, which sounds kind of problematic.
Yeah, Cassie, he gets it.
Situations like these.
Nick slammed the table hard, and they finally stopped. Watching Nick's departing figure, Ella showed no sign of wanting to comfort him until she noticed the puzzled looks around her and realized she was now a wife. Ella couldn't feel the unease in the soldiers' hearts at all and continued to argue with Nick stubbornly until she saw others' suspicious glances. The two, who were arguing fiercely, had no choice but to reluctantly embrace each other, pretending to be deeply in love.